Hello, sports fan. This is Stephen Hill for Sports Trace Plus, and I'm bringing you a very special breakdown. I'm going to be covering Would You Like Me to Tell the Truth? Before I get right into that, I want to make sure that you're subscribed to the YouTube channel so you can get all the updates and all the breakdowns. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Looking at the NBA season, and we see that there's been a lot of success on the East Coast. You see the Cavaliers, you see the Celtics, you see the Knicks, you see the Oklahoma City Thunder in the West. You see the Los Angeles Lakers, you see the Denver Nuggets and what they've done, even though they fired their coach. But there's one team that stands out. There's one team that stands out that last year had a bad record, and now you're seeing the growth of more than 25 plus games. You're seeing the guys that they took a whole bunch of talented guys that were wingmen, 3-and-D guys that were just core talented players, but they didn't have direction. They didn't have a key voice to pivot them and to get them where they are. And now you're seeing they're the second seed in the Western Conference, which is one of the toughest conferences year-wise that we've seen in a long time. With players like veterans like Steven Adams and Dylan Brooks, and you got veterans on that team just like Fred Van Fleet, if you will, excuse me. Vliet. But you have a couple of different players as well, like Jalen Green. You have a couple of different players on that team that's out here cutting up, that's out here serving it up, like Amen Thompson. And let's not forget Cam Whitmore. Let's not forget Sengun. They have a lot of different talented players on this roster. And this team has been formed and this team has been shaped by one, Ime Udoka. Now, a lot of people are still hung up on what happened to him in Boston and him cheating on Nia Long and all that extra stuff. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. That man deserves an NBA job. So at this point in time, we have to ask ourselves, a resurgence of a Houston Rockets team that was at one point in time looked at as a laughingstock once James Harden left, and you're seeing the growth and transformation of where they are today. That's your coach of the year, like it or not. That group of guys that are rough riders, that group of guys that play physical, that play through contact, that really are no nonsense, that's the coach of the year, Ime Udoka. And I think that it's going to be a travesty if they don't give it to Ime Udoka. He's become one of the evil villains, if you will. People are booing him and, oh, you cheated on Nia Long. Who cares? Who cares? I'm not in that man's personal life, but I see what he does on the basketball court. I see how he helps young men grow, how he helps them play. When you see Jabari Smith Jr. start to ascend as a greater player now than he was when he first came into the league, that's Udoka. So we just got to ask ourselves, is the NBA going to do the right thing and give him that Coach of the Year trophy? Are they going to look the other way, like so many others do, when it comes to certain things that go in the NBA? From players to coaches to officials, are they going to give him that Coach of the Year trophy? Because the truth is, he's earned that trophy. Seeing what he did last year, seeing what he did this year, and the turnaround from the players, the playmakers, to the offense by committee approach. Everybody's playing hard-nosed defense. They're playing some of the best basketball going into the actual playoffs. Ime Udoka is your Coach of the Year. Sure, we can look at Cleveland. Sure, we can look at Boston. Sure, we look at OKC. But the better story is in Houston. When you see the work that's been done, when you see the trajectory of where they were last year and how they've met expectations, then got farther than expectations. You heard it here first, folks. Ime Udoka should be Coach of the Year in the NBA. The question is, will the NBA give it to him? All you NBA fans, get in the comment section below. Definitely check out Sports Trace Plus. Share this in your Facebook group. Share this in your Instagram, your Twitter. And we'll see you on the very next episode.